Give us any chance, we'll take it. Read us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true.
Welcome to Night After Night, a podcast about 8 seasons in a row. I'm Lisa Fernandes, and
I am Chris Jayawardena. Hello.
I wish I did a Count Chocula voice. Okay. Because in case you guys are wondering from the voice he's using, we're about to review Haunted House, which is from the second season of Laverne and Shirley. It's one of the show's very first kind of horror comedy kind of confabs, so to speak. It was directed by Alan Myerson and written by Andrew Johnson. And I'm sure that Chris has some facts about them.
I like how you say you're so sure of it, partly because, you know, I try to care, and also it's a way of putting a little pressure, like nudge, nudge. So in the case of Alan Myerson, I mean, we've talked about him a ton. You know, it's a sitcom legend, as we keep saying. I'm at the point of just being like, hey, Alan, at this point when I see his name before these episodes. Andrew Johnson, on the other hand, was a story editor for most of season 2 of Laverne and Shirley, but this is his only episode where he gets sole writer credit. And it's unclear if, like, maybe behind the scenes drama, you know, or just, you know, it seems like he just kind of left Hollywood after 77 or 78. Kind of the late 70s was sort of done. Yeah. And it may have just been he found Hollywood and the whole, like, environment just wasn't for him, which is kind of a bummer because this is a really strong episode. And by being a story editor on this season, I mean, he definitely showed some chops. So I don't know. But anyway, that's the main stuff about who done did it. And I guess we can go into what is this episode about?
What is the episode about? When their couch, barely being kept alive by brick propping, begins to give out, the girls take Carmine's advice and head to an estate sale at the recently foreclosed upon Ramsdale Manor, a creepy locale that Shirley's brothers often taunted her about when they were children. Bringing Lenny and Squiggy along for muscle, the girls do spy a couch that they want to haul away, and soon have to deal with creepy goings-on. One by one, the people around them begin to disappear, until they alone are left to face the secret of Ramsdale Manor. What do you think about this one?
This was a delight! It was wonderful. Yes, this I love spooky stuff. I love haunted house stuff. I love this sort of things. I mean, it's weird. I'm not someone who likes being scared, but I love horror movies. It's a strange paradox. And so Halloween's my favorite season of the year. I keep telling myself I'm going to start doing Costume Quest every season, every time that comes around. I never get around to it. And on that note, I mean, what I love about this episode, it's spooky, it's fun. It's in many ways, it's like a bit of a Scooby Doo episode. And yeah, it's the physical comedy is great. The character stuff is fun. The resolution's a bit, you know, it ties itself up pretty neat in a nice little bow that kind of doesn't 100% work for me, but it's a blast. Oh, and even though she's not featured in the main part of the episode, we get Rosie, which is always a good thing.
Yes. My very first note is, what the heck is going on with Rosie and Carmine?
Actually, yes. Okay, my notes go in sequence. Hang on. Okay, my notes go, Carmine, no, go away. Okay. Wait, is he boinking Rosie? You look at a pair of turtles on their backs. Don't knock until you tried it. Jealous thighs, oh boy. Okay, then it goes a bunch of other notes. Cougat Records, yay, with a little smiley face. And then, oh my God, he is with Rosie. Yeah, private lessons, if you know what I mean. Yeah, the realization hit me very hard.
Yeah. Yeah, the implication here is that Carmine and Rosie have done it at least once.
Yes.
And this is either, I'm pretty sure Lucille Lockwash disappears from the narrative around this point, and Carmine kind of nebulously floats around until around season 3, when he and Shirley get serious again. But I completely forgot this happened in the episode. So when it happened, and I'm listening to it, I'm like, wait, they screwed? This happened? This is canon?
There's apparently a thing.
Yeah, this is canon. I can see why she'd go for it. I can see why he'd go for it. Even though he's kind of repulsed by her on several levels. But I actually kind of ship it in a weird way. It's kind of healthier for both of them.
Yep.
Than what she's done with Ogden and what he's going to have with Shirley. But yeah.
Exactly. I guess what it is like it's in two directions. I mean, first of all, I may sound weird for this, but as much as, she can be a little classless, a little rude, and I don't like how she treats Laverne.
Yeah.
Rosie, would I tap it? Yeah, I think I would. It's part of it is it's the confidence is kind of sexy. And the kind of the domineering push. I don't know. It's weird. I like a stronger woman. That's a me. But further is that so it's like I get it from Carmine's perspective. She's she can kind of match him physically in a way, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. And I think as you're mentioning for Carmine that like Rosie knows the score. She doesn't want a sweep me off my feet and let's if they ever have any sort of sweet pillow talk, they know it's fake. They know that this is going to end when the time's up and she's not paying him anymore. She understands. Yeah, she gets it. But yeah, anyway, I thought that was interesting, but I did love Rosie in this episode though. She's adorable in the leotard. Which apparently I did not know that Goodyear made leotards. Yeah.
God, that was so mean. So mean.
It is horrendously mean. Yeah. But she's great. And the dance bit, the dance battle is amazing. I love the girls tapping sideways, this perfection. And I love how Carmine's so smugly proud. He's still proud of Shirley. He probably helped teach them how to do that. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you're still practicing. Like you could see that. Yeah. My dance competition note is like, oh, girl, you got served. And yeah,
Laverne kind of kicks her butt because Penny Marshall in real life had so much tap dance training. She had so much dance training because her mom ran a dance school, Marjorie Ward. Oh. Yeah. She was a student there, helped teach there, I think, for a while. That's why she's so good at dancing, and this is just one great example. I loved the line from Rosie, though. I'll be shuffling off, buffaloes.
That's so good.
That was a good one. I love, by the way, this whole intro has nothing to do with anything that happens in the main plot of the story except for the couch stuff.
Except the couch stuff, yeah. Which reminds me, the line about, what is it, the provincial modern Chinese couch or Chinese furniture? Yeah. My mom loved that line, and she keeps wanting to. She's now like been for like since we rewatched it the other day before I came to do this episode. She's been saying like, what does that even look like? So we were trying to brainstorm what that would look like. It'd be like a modern couch from like the late 50s with like provincial print and maybe like the kind of lacquer wood back, the way that like some Chinese furniture has. Yeah, we were trying.
That's my best guess.
Yeah. It'd be amazing. It'd be kind of hideous depending on the color palette. But yeah.
And considering how some 50s design work was, Shirley would probably love it.
Oh God, yeah.
Shirley would probably just love it. The couches in the show do not get attractive until we hit California, to be honest. There's some pretty hideous couches in the apartment, and fittingly so, because they're buying them secondhand.
Right.
They're keeping up the fact within canon. And they're both dealing with poverty. Everybody's dealing with poverty here, basically. Poverty level wages. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. And it's a good scene. I especially love the Xavier Cugat and Johnny Mathis bit. You put Cugat on top of the best makeout music in the world. Oh, it's great. Yeah.
I loved my favorite line there is, your brothers also warned you about petting, but you didn't let that stop you.
Right. My brothers used to whisper in my ear, beware the legend of the Ramsdale scary thing.
Ramsdale Manor.
Your brothers whispered awfully loud, Cheryl. Yeah.
Oh, that was great. I love that they employed the boys as physical means of getting the couch out of the manor.
Right, and a ride.
They can't haul it by themselves, and plus the truck is bigger than their car, so
yep.
That's the best way to get out of there.
Speaking of which, I just came to this on my notes as well. When they make the transition to the manor, 70s horror synths with that exterior. Yes. I am so here for this.
Disco synths.
Oh my God.
Disco synths. Disco synth.
Oh,
Disco synth.
man.
Very prom night. Very prom night. Very prom night.
Yeah, prom night, a little bit black. I want to say Black Christmas, but Black Christmas actually had an orchestral score, didn't it? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them did. All the Black Christmas remakes. On top of that, also had their orchestral scores.
Yeah.
I think.
I actually like the new Black Christmas, but I'm weird like that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I know people had an attitude about it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. I think you'd like it.
I can't lodge your opinion yet.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it.
But moving into the scene, it's like we're leaving at the first scary thing I see, and then bam, cue the boys. I love that.
Yeah.
Hello.
They don't have to say hello. They're just like looking around. And it's the presence triggers the automatic mental hello.
Mm.
I love that Lenny just grabs a bear skin and puts it on and tries to surprise the girls tries to scare them.
Yep.
And Laverne is the kind of girl who would punch a bear in the face for her best friend.
Oh yeah.
Which is awesome.
That is so great.
Which is awesome.
Knocks my bear off, Laverne.
Laverne.
Uh,
The way he whines at her sometimes is just like fabulous. The way he just like whines, it's like,
yeah.
I wasn't whining. It's another line that comes up later. That comes up later. He says that a lot, even though he is whining. I love the boys' attempted use of horror movies to try to get them out of the situation, like they're in Scream.
Yes. Yeah. What
It's
is it?
very
It's like, all right, in every movie
Scream.
every castle we ever saw Vincent Price get crushed in, there's always got to be some secret passage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lenny's line that I love that part where John Carradine got eaten to death by the living linoleum. That is terrific. Perfect.
I mean, you and I have watched plenty of John Carradine movies.
Yeah.
That is completely likely. As much as people say, like, oh, living alone, that's ridiculous. Have you seen The Creeping Terror?
Have you all seen It Conquered the World, where people get eaten alive by a Venusian pickle? It's real.
Bad Karen. Bad.
Like, this is the era that the girls are in, the very early 60s, the late 50s, that spawned all these B-level drive-in movies.
Mm-hmm.
That these things definitely happened in these B movies.
Oh, totally.
This is the fertile spawning ground of the egots of the universe.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is absolutely plausible.
I mean,
absolutely 100% plausible.
I mean, basically, are we saying this is the better version of Hillbillies in a Haunted House at this point?
Yeah. We're on our way. We're on our way. We're on our way to Milwaukee. God, that's one of my favorite riff tracks. It's still one of my favorite riff tracks.
It's so good. I think
Underrated.
it's still. Hopefully, by the time this episode goes up, it's still up on Shout Factory TV's streaming channel, because I know Shout Factory TV's got a bunch of their VOD stuff.
Yeah. If not, it should be on. I think it should be on their website, obviously. But it should also be on the huge collection that they have on. Let me check the website. On Vudu. There's a huge Tubi. It's a huge collection of riff tracks and MST3K episodes on Tubi. So.
Yeah, I hear Tubi's got a hell of a stash.
Yeah.
But that's probably for a different podcast at that point. But anyway, overall, I love the interaction with the four of them through most of this episode. As I said recently before, when you get these good episodes with the four, like that's when like the whole show clicks. Like I would love to be able to like do a continuous narrative that's all about those four. I mean, even just the dialogue, it's like this is just like the movie we saw, The Devil's Bungalow, which to me, I commented before we started recording. It sounds like the Asylum Films version of Del Toro's The Devil's Backbone.
Yes. Yes.
And like and that's it. I even love how Squiggy is supportive of they want the couch and there are people looking at it, and Squig goes, if you want it, I can spit on it. So they won't sit on it.
Yeah.
It's like thanks, Squig.
Which is just that's the most them version of being supportive you can think of.
Oh, totally.
By the way, the interesting thing to tie this all back into the boys acting like proto Scream characters. Henry Winkler plays the principal in Scream, and
Yes.
David, as Principal Squiggy, is in Scary Movie.
Yes.
And it is fabulous.
And even I looked it up when you brought that up to me, and they even have a Shots Brewery sign on the wall in his office, and it's fantastic. It's such a deep pull that like you have to know so much to get the joke of the casting.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, the joke of the casting is perfect.
Yeah,
it's absolutely dead on perfect. Because if you have obviously if you get the Fonz playing the principal, hey, there in the parody version, hey, why not Squidgy? I mean, he's a class valedictorian, which I still think is the best thing.
Yeah,
I just love that that's canon and that's a fact, and it's perfect.
It's so good. Yeah.
David went on to play Squiggy in a lot of different things. He played him in The Nanny. He played him in The Simpsons.
That's right.
There's obviously a whole episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Which contrasts with Michael. Michael played David St. Hubbins, and he played a random shock jock in that Loch Ness Monster episode. So he's been on it twice. And Penny, of course, played the babysitter in the first episode. That second episode. Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Connections. I mean, it's just the
I'm trying to remember.
the wonderful tapestry that would make up the wonders of the Internet Movie Database.
I'm trying to remember if Cindy's ever been on it. I don't think Cindy's ever been on The Simpsons.
Wow. That's kind of a surprise.
Audience, correct us.
Wow.
Correct us.
You've got another, like 3 decades you have to correct this? Come on.
Yeah.
The show that never ends. Anyway.
I want the show to die before me. Anyway. It aired in March, which is highly unusual for an episode that's supposed to this Halloween-y. It's very Halloween-y, and yet it aired in March. I don't know what to tell you about that one. This is close to the end of this season, second season. We're 2 episodes from the end of it, actually. The way they scheduled this episode and Citizen Crane were unhelpful in 2 reasons, but it doesn't really matter because the show was going up. But it was unhelpful for 2 different reasons, and we'll get to that when we hit Citizen Crane. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But back on to what I was going to comment. So again, the dialogue. I love the details. I love the place itself. The set design for the manor is amazing. Yes. It's very Scooby Doo, and I kept expecting like Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement to suddenly show up out of nowhere. Yeah. I'm just gonna let that reference slide and just see who catches it. I love the skeleton. I mean, you got a skeleton in the closet. Yeah. You've got the suit of armor. I love when they yoink the railing. The Lurch guy. I mean, Bernie, Mr. Lurch. And I love the windows bit. It's like, oh, that's right. We'll break out. We'll get out through the windows. Pulls the curtain, and it's like, oh no, they're in the Matrix.
There's no windows. We're gonna die. Oh man. I love them taking the top of the suit of armor, putting on Squiggy, and using him as a battering ram.
I got the whiplash.
I get the whiplash. Stop. I get the whiplash.
Oh man.
That is like the ultimate kind of revenge for all the things Squiggy's gonna do to Lenny. Yep. That's the only time he really like gets to use him as a prop. He's like jam him right in the door.
And I love the way that they have to like, and the way they have to go up the stairs, and it's so tight on the stairs that they lose all of their momentum when they get up there.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then finally when they get secreted away, the girls, they hear the cackle, and they do the simultaneous sway again when they're nervous. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you in there, keep quiet. And then it's just they start going, help. Real quietly. Oh, it's adorable.
Well, I love the dynamic between Bernie and Mrs. Ramsdale.
Yes.
It's so much fun. It is so cute. I love it when Shirley's giving this big impassioned speech to the person who's representing the city of Milwaukee.
Yes.
In the estate sale. about how a president slept there and therefore it's a historical artifact and therefore it should be preserved. And she's getting to right at the end of this stirring speech, and then Mrs. Ramsdale stands up and goes, "I can walk!"
I made a miracle with my voice. She could always walk. She's just lazy.
Yes, 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 yes. All of that, all that, all that, all that, all that. All of that,
that's wonderful.
all of that.
Can you show me the
Perfect.
actual bed? I can do better. I can show you the actual sheets. It's so much fun. Yeah. Now this episode is a delight. I mean, as much as we've it seems like we've
Yes.
spoiled a lot, or we've talked a lot about it. There's so many details. I mean, I will probably watch this every Halloween now. When I gotta rip the file for myself and put it in my queue of stuff I watch on Halloween. This is adorable. I love this. I mean,
Which we wouldn't need to do that, guys, if CBS would have legal streaming.
hint, hint.
Come on. Come on, CBS. Come on, pay up. Give us something.
Yep.
Anything.
Yep. Yeah.
Give the Happy Days folks more episodes, too. Jesus. We have season 2, and that's it.
Oh my God.
Just found that out. That's all they have. They don't even have any of the iconic episodes up on the CBS app. And it's ridiculous.
It's so good. I mean, honestly.
The last time...
Go ahead. Please go
Go
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The last time Laverne and Shirley was on streaming, it was on Hulu, and it was all the way back in the early teens, and it hasn't been seen since. It's been almost 10 years. Yep.
Dang.
Exactly.
I was just gonna say this.
Go for it.
Back to Haunted House. I have my note. This is halfway through. This is just before the Shirley's got the mallet, and Laverne finds the tunnel through the fireplace. My note is, okay, this is an amazing episode, and I love it, and it's perfect. Favorite of the season. Boom, bang, zang, there. Also, speaking of the diary, I really am bummed out as a Resident Evil fan that they didn't check to see if it was signed Itchy Tasty, but I'll have to deal with that. But yeah,
We got no secrets. Makes it all the harder. I love that line. That was a good line.
And I love that this is a return. Actually, we haven't had a Dear Diary segment in a few episodes.
Yeah.
And I love seeing it come back, and it's become an actual a historical monument. It's underlined historical.
Yeah.
I love that detail.
This is a darn good episode, basically. I know where you're going to rank it when we get to rank, which is probably going to be in a minute. So.
Yeah.
But I wanted to add before we did, I loved Laverne in that pseudo armor.
I was about
to... She already put Nell on it. She already put Nell on it.
When am I going to get to wear it?
Wear it. And they get to skip along together, which is cute.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Anyway,
Okay.
but yeah, I think ranking the episodes, I mean, it's clear. Yeah. I mean, I might as well just say it's for me. Okay. I have to take half a point off because there's no Itchy Tasty in the diary, so 9.5.
Don't do it. Give it a 10.
Come on.
Give it a 10.
Listen,
Give it a 10.
Look,
Give it a 10.
Well, listen, if you'd like to hear me rant more about the Resident Evil franchise, you can go join me on my friend Vanessa's podcast, The Spencer Statement. Fine, I'll give it a 10. There.
There we go. Okay. This is about a 9.5 for me. Actually, no, it's about 9.5, 9.6. It's really darn good. Beautiful use of slapstick comedy from top to bottom. Good use of an Agatha Christie style, and then there were none. Kind of little setup. Beautiful sense of who the characters are when they are stuck in this horrible mystery that they cannot solve and have no idea if they'll ever get out of it alive. The only reason I mark it down is because that opening scene leads nowhere, as weird as the whole thing with Rosie and Carmine is. Because, which is still fascinating to me. Like, we did need to establish the couch is falling apart, but the whole aside from tap dancing feels like they were stretching for time, as much as fun as it is. It's like a huge flaw, but it's a mild flaw. Just enough to dig it down a little bit for me.
Yeah, those happen. I know. So some of these intros, it's superfluous, but she was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like one of those. I like it, even though it's like it almost kind of needed to be part of its own episode.
Yeah.
Like having a dance competition
don't-
episode with her and Rosie.
I want that now. I want them to do a dance competition. I would love to have them do a dance competition episode. And Carmine gets caught between the two parties. The two of them battling it out. That would have been great. Oh, goodness. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are rankings.
Yeah. It's a good time. Anyway, so I guess with that all done, I guess thank you again, everyone, so much for joining us. And if you would like to know more, you can find us on Twitter at Night After Night PC, and we are also on Facebook, Night After Night Podcast, and on Tumblr at Night After Night Pod. And if you would like to reach us for a direct email, you can ask us questions, give us comments. I don't know, just give us the secret egg salad recipe. I don't know, nightafternightpod@gmail.com. And also we're on Patreon. We have some other incentives, some kind of some incentive for if you want to have us do special episodes and things like that. And that's kind of the main gist of things. And I guess that will be all for today. And so once more, thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.